Back here on KZSU 90.1 FM, I'm Jimmy Garcia. Stanford up 2-1. They drop the third, 25-18 to Texas. And it was a drastic difference as the Cardinal blocked well. They had 4 in the set, but they all came way too late as Wannabu is now leading all players with 15 kills, 29 swings, 1 error. It's loud here in the Nationwide Arena. Teams have switched sides. And Stanford looking to close it out. Can they finish it off here? Ajanaku immediately told her teammates to get over that last set. There was not a lot they could do about it. And let's see if they can adjust and move on. This is the youngest team in the nation to ever reach this far in a tournament, trying to finish it off here. Can they do it? Texas was hot in the third. Can Stanford cool off this big hitting of Ebony Wannabu and Makaya White? White with 14 kills, 2 hitting errors, 30 swing. Stanford right now with 2 more kills, 2 fewer hitting errors, 5 more attempts, better hitting percentage, 1 more assist. No service aces though for Stanford. Chloe Collins back to serve to start off the fourth. Near right corner. Sends it long, service error to start. Card up 1-0. In the game in which Stanford made a 2-0 comeback against Wisconsin, after they got the lead, they never looked back. After Ajanaku led a huge team speech. Let's see if she gave him a big heads up there. Fitzmaurice puts a good one down here. McCoy, Collins, Bedargani, tip back down, saved by McCoy. Out to Wannabu. Around the block, McKenna gets a hand on it. Fitzmaurice has to set, and Plummer will 3-ball it over. White for Collins. Wannabu mishits it. Point to Stanford. It was a tough one to call, but Ebony Wannabu picks up her second hitting error of the game. Only number 2. She's so good. She was an AVCA all first team player this season. Inky Ajanaku and Catherine Plummer also earned first team. McCoy, Collins, Wannabu off the block. Fitzmaurice able to save it. Gray bumps it to Plummer. Way hits it out of bounds. They might call a tip. They're going to call a tip. Point to Stanford. They're up 3-0. Can the Card just keep their foot on the gas pedal? Keep it going. Fitzmaurice back to serve. Far middle part of the court, McCoy. Collins. And up the middle they go. Dug out by Humphreys. Gray, Ajanaku, slide, gets the kill as the block falls just short. Stanford up 4-0. Jared Elliott's going to call a quick timeout here as Stanford already up by 4. The Cardinal fan section is actually right behind the Texas bench now, as both fan sections are behind the other team's bench. It's a pretty big crowd here at the Nationwide Arena. We had 2 awesome Golden Gopher fans sit behind us in last Thursday's game, and they've come out tonight to cheer for Stanford, which means a lot to the team, as a lot of Nebraska fans are doing the same. I think they all want to see this young team succeed. It's a great story with Ajanaku trying to go out on top and the young freshman taking over. The Longhorns coming out of the timeout a little early, about 40 seconds left. They throw up their classic horns on their fingers with their index and pinky finger. Expect them to set Wannabu or White here out of the timeout. (4-0). Stanford will look to get the block into it as well, as Stanford using all of that minute-and-a-half timeout. I think Ajanaku just trying to calm the team down, explain the situation. This is the first national championship game for any of these players on the Cardinal team, while Texas was here last year. The Longhorns lost to the Cornhuskers of Nebraska in straight sets last season and didn't want to get swept again this year. 4-0, Fitzmaurice back to serve. McCoy for Collins, brings it near side. Wanaboo hitting around the block. McKenna able to dig. Gray for Plummer. Roll shot finds the court. It's 5-0. Stanford looking big right now. Not giving in. Fitzmaurice serving from the far left corner. Puts a good one down. White struggles. Collins will set from the back line. It's a bump set to Wanaboo. Hits around the block. Card able to dig it out. McKenna. Gray. Dump. Gets the kill. 6-0 Card. Great court recognition as Jenna Gray just hid behind the bigger body of Ajanaku and just flicked it over. Jared Elliott's going to call another timeout. 6-0 Stanford. We'll take our first timeout here on KZSU 90.1 FM. Can the Cardinal bring it home here in the fourth? We'll find out after this break. Thanks for listening. I'm Jimmy Garcia, and we'll be right back.
For over 2 decades, our beloved Cardinal has dominated the collegiate athletics landscape. From Pac-12 conference matchups to bowl games and NCAA tournaments, KZSU has been right there with them like family. Stanford Athletics is a family you too can join and support. The Buck Cardinal Club was started in 1934 and it still continues to this day to support over 900 student athletes. By joining the Buck Cardinal Club, you can help them on and off the field and throughout the Stanford community. To find out more about the Buck Cardinal Club, go to buckcardinal.com. Your gift will help our athletes as we take on championships, bowl games, tournaments, and more. Thank you, and go Stanford.
Back here on KZSU 90.1 FM, Jimmy Garcia, national championship game. The Card 19 points away from bringing it home. They're up 6-0 to start the fourth. And while the Card are susceptible to big runs from other teams, I think Ajanaku's trying to settle her team down right now and just play their game. They got out of it there in the third. I think they understood the moment. Fitzmaurice serving from the far middle part of the court. McCoy. Collins for better. Gotti blocked down, recovered. McCoy will bump set Wanaboo. Left side, hits into the block. Hit over, play at the net. And they get the point. That's the Longhorns. As Stanford went up strong against Ebony Wanaboo, but she was able to joust it over. 6-1. And Roundsonville will go back to serve. She'll be served from the near right corner. McKenna, Gray, out to Plummer, blocks there. Roundsonville able to dig. Collins will set it near side for Wanaboo, and she's able to rip it down. 6-2 now. As we said, this Card team is susceptible to little runs. Can they slow it down and get the side out here? Takes a couple dribbles. Roundsonville sends another good one down. Timeout is called as a ball actually comes sliding onto the court. And they boo the ball girl. That's kind of not too nice. She'll send it back down our way. 6-2, we're going to replay the point. Roundsonville back to serve. Plummer with a strong dig. Gray will set back for Plummer. Blocks there. Roll shot dug up by Collins. McCoy will bump set Wanaboo. Blocks there. Collins able to save it. McCoy tosses it to White. Hits around the block. McKenna able to dig. Humphreys will bump set Plummer on the outside. McCoy able to dig. Collins brings it to White. Roll shot. Humphreys can't dig. It's 6-3. This is what we talked about with this Cardinal team. They struggle getting this side out. Let's see if they set a Ajanaku off of a slide. 6-3, Stanford needs a big kill here. No block still for them in this set. McKenna, Gray, the slide. Ajanaku hitting around the block. They sent two defenders at her. She doesn't care. 7-3 Card. Moretta Lutz will sub in for Kelsey Humphrey. Stanford in their true tall small. Can they get some blocks down? They need to. Jenna Gray back to serve. Far right corner, the young freshman will send it over. Takes a couple dribbles, pops it in the air, picking on White. Collins brings it back up for Wannabu. McKenna able to dig. Gray will save it for Plummer. Rousonville gets a hand on it. Collins for White. Roll shot. Hence able to dig. Good cover. Gray for Plummer. Roll shot Collins. McCoy will bump set Wannabu. Play at the net. Hence gets a nice dig. Gray out for Plummer. McCoy gets a hand on it. Rousonville play at the net. Hit back over. Cardinals save it. Plummer sends it down. Recovered by Stanford. McKenna. Gray out to Lutz. McCoy gets a hand on it. Rousonville saves it. McCoy three balls it over. McKenna. Gray. Ajanaku gets the kill. One of the best rallies we've seen in the Final Four. Wow, oh wow, Card up 8-3. Jenna Gray back to serve. The defensive effort by Morgan Hentz with two great covers. Gray with a good serve. Collins struggling. Roundsville will three ball it over. McKenna, Gray, out to Plummer, ripping it down. Card go back up. Now it's 9-3. The freshman sending a message. Plummer with 15 kills. Gray back to serve. Tall, small, paying dividends. Far right corner. The setter sends a good one down, but it goes just long. Service error. Side out for Texas. Johnson now in the game up front. This is Texas's best unit with McCoy serving. Stanford has struggled digging her serves all day. McCoy from the near left corner. Hence with a bad dig. Gray will set for Plummer. And she's blocked, but it goes out of bounds. Point to Stanford. Plummer, 16 kills. Have yourself a game. National Freshman Player of the Year. So far, while the Card have 0 blocks, they have 0 hitting errors finally. Hitting with big open swings. And Plummer will serve here. White struggles. Collins back for White. Hits into the nets. Card up 11-4. Stanford that much closer to a title. They're finally playing their style of volleyball. Ajanaku said that they get better every single game, and that's for sure. This team has still not reached their best. Plummer with a good serve. Saved. Out to Wannabu. Blocked down, saved by Collins. McCoy will bring it for White off the block. Good cover. Gray for Lutz. Collins with a dig. McCoy will bump set Wannabu. Big swing. Plummer digs clean. Gray for Ajanaku. Up the middle. Inky goes. 12-4. Card up by 8. Inky with her 15th kill. 2 hitting errors. Plummer has 16. Plummer and Ajanaku getting it done. Catherine from the far left corner. For McCoy, Collins, White, stuck by Lutz, recovered. Good. Hit over, Gray. Hence will bump set Vonyak. Hitting around the block, White able to dig. Collins and Johnson sends it down up the middle. That was an easy kill for her as it was just straight up the middle kind of play. And it's 12-5. Stanford's got to keep pounding. Ebony Wannabu back to serve. Stanford chant through the Nationwide Arena. Gray out to Ajanaku. McCoy able to dig. Collins will bring it for White. Blocks there, but it goes out of bounds. Point to Texas, it's 12-6. Stanford will try to get that big side out here. They've struggled at times with the big run of the other team, but now that they're ahead, they can sacrifice a little bit. Wannabu, near right corner, just gets it over. Vonyak struggles. Gray out for Vonyak. Mishits it. Point to Texas, it's 12-7. 5-point game after the Card were up by 8. Wannabu serving. Vonyak, a little bit of a liability this game. 7 kills, 5 hitting errors on 29 swings. Second most on the team. Wannabu picking on Hentz. Gray Up the middle goes Lutz, rubbing it down. At 6'8", no one's going to stop her. Adriana Fitzmaurice comes in now, and she's been a great role player in this one. 8 kills, no errors, 4 digs, and 2 blocks. Good serve here. Collins for Johnson. Hentz with a good dig. Gray will set Vonyak. The block's there. The roll shot hit over. And Johnson's there for the recovery. 13-8. Micaiah White with the big deadly spin serve. Will toss it up high with one hand. He has been better Ani in the game now for Texas at the net. Tosses it up. Gets a good one down. Plummer able to dig. Gray will set for Lutz. Hitting it down. Dalton. Micaiah White saves it. And McCoy will 3-ball it over. Hence. Gray. Lutz. Gets the kill off the block. 14-8. Humphreys will sub in for Lutz and go back to serve. One of 2 seniors wanting to go out on top. She'll be serving from the near left corner, Kelsey Humphreys. The setter at one point this season sends a good one down here. White. Collins from the back line going White. And they're going to give the card the point. Jared Elliott's going to challenge this one for sure. As they're going to say, Elliott he's going to give the challenge call, no doubt. They're going to say that they're looking for a tip or a backline kill, saying that she caught the back line. It's 15-8, so it would be a big play. Stanford now 10 points away from a national championship. We're going to keep it here for this break on KZSU 90.1 FM. Once again, I'm Jimmy Garcia. Stanford is the youngest team to ever be in this position with 12 underclassmen. They're 4 upperclassmen. They have 2 seniors in Iki Ajanaku and Kelsey Humphreys, and 2 juniors, both red shirts, in Moretta Lutz and Ivana Vonyak. The drastic change is this Texas team has been here before. They were down in the third and came back nicely. Can Stanford pull off the victory? They're looking at this one a while, trying to deliberate on what happened. It was a close play, but with a lot on the line, with Wanabu on the bench. Stanford really wants to attack right now. As it stands, Stanford hitting .417 here in the fourth. 11 kills, 24 swings, only 1 hitting error. For Texas, they've got 6 kills on 29 swings, 3 hitting errors. And the block of Stanford, while they only have 10 in the game, they've definitely given the Longhorns some issues, as Texas has 19 hitting errors on the game in total. Neither team with a block here in the set. It's been an offensive showcase, and Plummer and Ajanaku showing what they can do. Iki out of the game right now as Plummer's in there. She's the leading killer. She's tied with White and Wanabu for the game lead at 16. Plummer has 4 hitting errors. She's hitting .343, back to that big average that we're used to her hitting. Out of the timeout, point to Stanford. It's 15-8. 10 points away. Humphreys will be serving from the far right corner. Serving and conditioning coach Tyler Taylor trying to pick on the back line. He sees a weakness that he likes. Picking on McCoy. Good dig. Collins will set Bedardhani. Hitting around the block. Hence able to dig. Gray with a dump. White able to dig. Collins. The slide from Johnson. Hence gets a hand on it. And the point goes to Texas off of a net violation. 15-9. Abaji in the game now for Texas. She's played a few points this game. Has a block. Johnson back to serve now from the near middle part of the court. 15-9. They're down 6. Johnson puts a good one down. Plummer. Gray with a dump. Read out nicely. Bedard-Hani. Hence able to throw a hand at it. Saved by Plummer. It goes across the net. White for Collins. Bedard-Hani. Miss hits it. Oh, they're going to give her the kill and say that she found the line. 15-10. Stanford needs the side out here. Oh, McKenna waiting to come back in. Johnson once again. Plummer. Gray. Fitzmaurice. Dug out by Johnson. Collins will set Bedard-Hani. Roll shot. Humphreys able to dig clean. Gray. Fitzmaurice up the middle. Collins able to dig. Dalton will push for Bedard-Hani off the block. Dalton recovers. Collins from the back line going White. Roll shot. Hence gets a hand on it. Gray out to Vonyak. White digs. Collins for Bedard-Hani. She has to push it over. Saved by the card. Gray. Fitzmaurice gets the kill. Up by 6. It's 16-10. Holland McKenna subbing in for Ivana Vonyak. Fitzmaurice with her 9th kill. 0 hitting errors. Stanford hitting 367 here in the 4th. Sold out arena here in Columbus. McKenna back to serve. Picking on White. Collins for Bedard-Hani. And she gets the kill as Fitzmaurice and Gray tried to combine. 16-11, in comes Wannabu. Collins back to serve. Stanford with this young unit, they've done very well this game. Collins will be serving right in front of us, near left corner. Hence with a strong dig. Gray out to Fitzmaurice. Gets the kill. As the block was there, it fell just short. And Adriana picks up her 10th kill of the game. Good game for her. And now Ajanaku in the game. Hence is out as Fitzmaurice is back to serve. The two will swap. Fitzmaurice back to serve. Far middle part of the court. McCoy. Collins out to Bedard-Hani. Stuffed at the net, but it goes out of bounds as Plummer was in position. 17-12, 5-point game. Roundsonville going back to serve. She's giving the Cardinal a little bit of issues. Jenna Gray calling out the next play. Let's see if they slide Ajanaku. Good serve, McKenna. Gray, the slide Ajanaku. Blocks there. Point to Stanford. Off of a net violation. 18-12, back to a 6-point lead. Moretta Lutz comes in, the Card in their true tall, small lineup. Ajanaku, total game face here. 16 kills for her. Jenna Gray with a good serve. White struggles. Collins will bring a back out for White. Off the block, Collins, or Roundsville recovers. Collins for Wannabu. Stuffed by Plummer and Ajanaku on the outside. 7-point game. Inky went up big with Catherine Plummer. 2 ABCA first teamers combining for the first block of the set. Gray serving far left corner into the net, service error. But Stanford's hitting in this set. 406, 14 kills, 32 swings, 1 hitting error and 1 block. McCoy will go back to serve. She's given the Card some issues. From the near left corner, Kat McCoy. Hence with a good dig here. Gray, Ajanaku, miss hits it. Up the middle, point. Longhorns 19-14. They send a triple team at Inky, and she's still hitting 419. McCoy going to be serving from the same spot, near left corner. McKenna can't dig it. Oh, Plummer's able to save it. I thought it was going to go for an ace. They're going to call it that way now. 19-15, 4-point game. Stanford needs the side out. McCoy, such a good server. She's really given Stanford a lot of issues today. Head coach John Dunning going to take a timeout here to try to ice McCoy out there, as they've gotten a few straight points. We're going to take a break here on KZSU 90.1 FM. Stanford up 2-1. 19-15 here in the 4th. We'll be right back. Thanks for listening.
I'm Roberto Arguello, sports announcer at KZSU. KZSU broadcasts around 200 games a year on 90.1 FM and online at kzsu.stanford.edu. And we need your help. You can join KZSU Sports as a volunteer, and you could have the opportunity to cover your favorite sports. You'll be courtside with us, or right in the heart of the stadium. Channel your inner Brent Musburger or Bob Costas and call all the action as you see. Or you could join our infamous Sports Zoo program and do some sports talk like Jim Rome. We've got lots of opportunities for you to help out. Just send us an email to sports@kzsu.stanford.edu. That's sports@kzsu.stanford.edu. Or phone us at 650-723-9010. And keep on listening to KZSU Sports.
Back here in the Nationwide Arena, KZSU 90.1 FM. I'm Jimmy Garcia. This is the Division I Women's National Championship game between the number 6 seed Stanford Cardinal and the 4th seed, the Texas Longhorns. Stanford's up 2-1, and they're up 19-15 here in the 4th. Kat McCoy back to serve for the Longhorns, near left corner. McKenna finally digs a good one out. Gray out to Plummer. Roll shot dug out by Roundsonville. Collins out to Wanaboo. Off the block, hard recover. Gray for Plummer. Big block. And the point goes to Stanford off of a net violation. And they got lucky right there. It's 20-15. Vonyak now in for McKenna. Plummer back to serve. They got out of that McCoy serving situation, which has been deadly all game. Plummer serving from the far left corner. White struggles. McCoy will bump set it. Back for White. Hence able to dig. Gray for Lutz. Wanaboo with a nice dig. Collins back out for Ebony. Roll shot hit back down. Recovered by Collins. McCoy will bump set White. Plummer digs. Gray for Vonyak. McCoy with a nice dig. Gray for Johnson. Dug out. Point to Texas off of a double hit. 20-16. Nail-biting 4th set. Wanaboo back to serve. Stanford succeeds when she's out of the game. Set to come out of the rotation next. Ebony gets a good one down, hence. Gray, Lutz, ripping it down. On the outside, 21-16. Joniku comes out, Fitzmaurice comes in. Adriana and Moretta Lutz so good this season at the net together. Vonyak in there as well. Hence back to serve, McCoy for Collins. Near side to White. Hits into the block of Lutz and Fitzmaurice. They reject her at the net, 22-16. 3 points away from a national championship. Hence will go back to serve, far left corner. McCoy, Collins, White gets the kill. Makaya White with her 17th kill ties Plummer for the game lead. Wanaboo out of the game. Can the Card finish it? Makaya White's going to go back to serve. The Card really need to dig this one out. She is deadly. They're up by 5. In the game now, number 17, Basilovich. She's in there to block. She's one of the tallest players at 6'3". White back to serve. Middle part of the court. High arcing. Approaches. Botches it. 23-17. Joniku on the sideline will let this freshman group try to end it. 4 freshmen all out there. Gray, Fitzmaurice, Plummer, Hentz with Vonyak. And back to serve Kelsey Humphreys. Far left corner. White struggles. Johnson hitting over McCoy. Humphreys, Gray, the slide. Fitzmaurice. Point to Texas off of a hitting error. 23-18. Johnson back to serve. And Collins is coming out of the game. Right now, Texas is throwing their biggest lineup possible out there. Johnson back to serve. Plummer. Gray. Vonyak. Johnson with a nice dig. Dalton will set. Aberdani blocked down, but it goes out of bounds, 23-19. Can Stanford get the side out? Vonyak struggled this game. 33 attempts, second on the team, but only 7 kills. 23-19, Card up by 4. National championship on the line. Johnson, hence with a good dig. Gray for Vonyak. Unable to handle it. It's championship point for the Card. Championship point. Stanford looking to bring home their 7th all-time. Holland McKenna back to serve. 4 freshmen, a senior and a sophomore out there. The youngsters trying to rewrite history. McKenna back to serve. McCoy struggles. Collins will bump set. White from the back line. Humphreys able to dig. Gray for Plummer. Blocked out. Card able to save it. Hence will 3-ball it over. White for Collins. Bertani gets the kill. 24-20. Collins will go back to serve. 4 championship points. Texas will have to fight off. Can the Card do it? Chloe Collins back to serve near left corner. The lefty setter sends it up and over. McKenna. Gray. Plummer. Hitting error. She just missed the back line. 24-21. Texas trying to fight it off. Stanford's going to call timeout. 24-21. We're going to take our last timeout here on KZSU. We'll be back with championship point here for the Card.
Hi, I'm Nikki Sullivan with KZSU Sports. Like what you're hearing and want to ask for more? Have a question about KZSU Sports or a suggestion for improvement? Let us know. You can send an email to sports@kzsu.stanford.edu or contact us via our Facebook page, KZSU Sports. You can also always give us a call at 650-723-9010. So send us an email, let us know via Facebook, or give us a call at 650-723-9010. We always love hearing from you. And now let's get back to the action. Go Card!
Back here on KZSU 90.1 FM. Championship point 24-21. Chloe Collins will go back to serve. Teams back out on the court. They're going to face 3 more if they want to extend the game. Stanford with their young unit out there. 4 freshmen, a senior in Humphreys, and Holland McKenna. The Card looking for their 7th national championship. Collins will be serving. Near left corner. Takes a couple dribbles. Number 11 in white. Number 21 in white. Sends a good one down. Hens struggles. Humphreys will bump set. Plummer. Card win the national championship as Plummer rips it down. Stanford wins the 7th national championship in school history. They are the champions of 2016. One away as Catherine Plummer finishes it off. The block went out of bounds, and Stanford wins it all. What a great season as the 4 freshmen were able to finish it off as the Card win 4 sets in 3 sets to 1. What a game. Stanford are your 2016 Division I NCAA national champions. What a moment. I've been shaking the whole night. It's been an incredible moment. And Stanford gets it done. Ajanaku going out on top. Humphreys goes out with a championship as well. And the youngsters come through big. They fight back. They win. And Stanford proved everybody wrong. Incredible moment. Hard to put into words what this season means for Stanford. But they are able to cap it off. We won't be able to get a post-game interview, but Stanford ends it with Catherine Plummer leading the way. 18 kills for the freshman AVCA Player of the Year. They're celebrating at the center court. What a season for the young team. Youngest team to ever win a national championship. We're going to do a post-game wrap-up here on 90.1 FM. Catherine Plummer leads the way with 18 kills, 40 swings, only 5 errors, has 2 blocks and 9 digs. Inky Ajanaku going out on top. She finishes 16 kills, 3 hitting errors, 8 blocks, going out a champion Inky. Fitzmaurice adds 10 kills, 3 blocks, hits .375. Morgan Hentz, the libero of the year, finishes with 27 digs. The Card are putting on the championship t-shirts and the hats. It's over. They've won it all. What a surreal moment for the seniors. They're jumping like crazy. What a moment. The fan section for Stanford so big here tonight. Credit Texas for a great season. Makaya White, 17 kills on 46 swings. And Ebony Wanabu finishes with 16 kills and 7 digs. Better Ghani finished with 11 kills on only 1 hitting error. She didn't play too much at the end. Teams are Stanford's kind of almost in tears right now at the net. What a great moment for them as they win the national championship in 2016. I can't help but smile. I've been shaking all night long. What a great moment for Stanford. After Plummer got it to go off the block, the confetti sounded, and Stanford wins it all. They came rushing to the court. I don't think the team really realized what they did at first, but now it's starting to set in. They win the national championship. We're going to send it back to the station in just a moment. But lastly, we want to finish it off by saying, what a great season for Stanford. They dealt with injury. They battled back. They win 15 of their last 16. 10 games straight win streak. AVCA National Freshman of the Year. First team All-Americans, Catherine Plummer and Inky Ajanaku, the best blocking unit in the country. And they blocked their way to the title. With that being said, we want to say some special thank yous for this whole season. I want to thank you, the listeners, for all that you've done. You guys have made it such an incredible season. I have loved every moment of calling this game, and I'm glad that the Cardinal were able to go out on top. We also want to thank Chief Engineer Mark Lawrence and Jack Wong. Jack and I have had the incredible opportunity of calling some games this year, which has been a ton of fun, and I look forward to all the games next season. I want to thank Nikki Sullivan and Roberto Arguello, our sports directors at KZSU. I want to thank Daria back at the station for throwing us on air today. What a great season. I want to thank all the broadcasters that have been able to come and call a game this year. Next season will only get better. The Cardinal are going to lose Inky Ajanaku and Kelsey Humphreys. They're going to get back Hodson and Michaela Keefe. Stanford, your 2016 national champions. And for the last time from volleyball this season, I'm Jimmy Garcia. Thanks for listening, and have a nice night, folks.